Hi and welcome to Java NetBeans Resistor color code calculator. So let me show you guys how it works. You can click on the reset button. There we go. And let's calculate all the different resistor color. So let's say we go for orange, then violet, then select a multiplier, go for gray, and select a tolerance, and let's say that happens to be no color. So click on calculate. There we go. You can exit if you want. Nope. And you can also reset just like you saw earlier on and carry out other calculations. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys straight into Java NetBeans and we put one of these together. So let's do that now, guys. Hi, welcome to Java NetBeans tutorial of Resistor color code calculator. I'm going to start by clicking on File, New Project, and make sure you select Java application, click Next. And right there I'm going to give it the name. I've just called that Resistor underscore color underscore code underscore calculator. That is going to be the name of my project. So here where we have create main class, I'm going to uncheck that and click on finish. Now that our project is ready, so let's look for the file itself, the project file itself, Resistor. There we go. Now right click on it and let's select new, and right here we come to JFrame form. Inside the JFrame form, give your application a name. It's called Resistor color code calculator, and the package is going to be the same name, and click on finish. Now that the system is ready, the frame is ready, select the frame, right click on it, select set layout, and make the layout absolute layout, this very one. Click on that and you see the edges of the frame is now in blue color. Now select the properties, or you can right click and select the property and come right here where we have the code, tab code. Let's change the size of this framework to 1360 by, let's go for 800, and where we have generate center, make sure that is checked, click on, and then let's go straight to the properties here. In the properties we want to check the preferred size. The preferred size, you can change that to your defined size, 1360 by 800. Okay, there. And if you don't want the system to be minimized or whatever, you can come to the minimum size here and change that as well. The choice is yours. Okay, now that that is done, let's look for the form title itself, Resistor color. Right, now we can close that. Now that that is done, go to the palette right here and let's get a panel on board. There we go, we have a panel here, and let's change the properties of this very panel. Let's go to border and make that maybe 4, and the border color is black. That is fine. Let's see. Okay, that's fine. Let's copy this very border, make another one. Let's copy this, copy the panel, and we should have another panel. Let's paste that there. has two panels there now, one here and one here, maybe one more. Right, we have 3 panels in total, and these 3 panels, these two, let's drag this that much all the way. Right, this very one is going to be for my title. Okay, if you like, let's change the back color of that very panel. We need to look for a color that will be good enough for me, so let's see. Or maybe let's just make it black. And in here I'm going to add a label right in there. The value of that label is going to be, let's come to here, let's come to the title of the form and just copy whatever we have on the title of the form, copy that, and that's what's going to be on the label itself. That's the label. Now enter the title for the label, and we're going to change the font color of that label to something we can read, and let's increase the font size of that very label. We will make it 50 and bold. There we go, guys. That's our label right there. Okay, if you want, we can also change this to absolute. Alright, so that label is set, and all of these are changed to absolute. This one is to absolute as well. Set layout, change it to absolute. Okay, I'm going to add more panels here, and this panel also change the background to line border, make that 4 as well. Right, and let's come in here. This is panel, let's see what panel number is this. That's panel number 4. Okay, let's right click on panel number 4 and set it to absolute layer. There we go. So I'm going to copy it as well. It's gone. So let's come into navigate and look for panel number 4. That is it right there. Select the absolute layer. It should be there somewhere. And it disappeared. There we go. Here it is. Yeah, it always happens, so you need to be careful with that. Alright, I'm now going to copy this very panel number 4 and just paste it in here. Paste, drag it across. Right, now inside this very panel I need checkbox. We need about 23 of those checkbox. So let's design one first, then we can copy it across. So that will make the font bold. Let's see, maybe 18. Right, and yeah, I need 23 of those. Copy and paste. Okay, so I'm gonna have to speed that up anyway. Paste. We have 4 here, so let's speed that up. Alright, I have my 23 checkbox in place. So what I'm going to do now is to get a label on board. Let's add one here, and this very label, let's change the property of that very label. Make the border 2 right there. Border is going to be 2. Good, and let's drag it that much. And we also need to change the font. Let's make that about 18 as well. Right, so get rid of the content in there. Let me just change that to color. There we go. And I'm now going to copy that across. We need one here, some here. I need 13. Okay, this is how it all looks now, but let's change one thing here. You see all of this checkbox, I'm going to put a border around them, black border. Right, let's go straight to the properties, and right there select the border, and let's make that 2 as well. There we go. Now you won't be able to see the border until you click on border painted. There we go. Now those are the borders. Now the next thing is select individual components. I'm coming here according to the color notation. Okay, let's come down here and select back color. The back color in this case is going to be black for the very first one. Okay guys, this is how it all looks like now, but if I run it, you will not be able to see some of these colors. So let's run it and you'll see. There, you see those colors are all gone. So what I'm going to do for this checkbox is I'm going to have to go inside the code and get that sorted. But before I continue, let me show you something. You see these labels, they all have colors in them, and that is because if you go to the properties, once you set the color, you have to set the opacity. So, okay, you have to set that to true. Okay, you have to make sure it's checked. If it's not checked, you see what happened. Now in the case of the checkbox, what we do is look at this checkbox. Let's check out the name. That is the name of this checkbox. I'm gonna come right there, copy that. Now right click on my form, or on the frame, the main frame itself. Go to the properties, Windows, form or window activate. Right inside window activate, I'm going to use the following lines of code, and that is going to be dot set update equals, I'm going to make that true. Right, okay, so what will happen is the very first one, which is the black, that will be the only one we'll be able to see. Right there, that's the only background we can see. You might be wondering why can't we see the others, because the opacity of the property is set to true. I cannot give you any reasonable explanation for that, but it's right here. Look at it, it's set to true. But I can only take care of it within the code. So I'm going to go back to the code for the brown one. Just copy. So the next one is red. Paste that in there and change that to red. Then I have orange and change that to orange. Okay, so if I run it now, you will see those 4 objects. We should be able to see the background color. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to speed up the rest and get back to you guys. And right here guys, those are the lines of codes that will make it possible for us to see the background colors. Okay, let's come in here. Now one other thing I'd like to do is, I think we should add plus or minus to these buttons here. So let's come into that. The first one we add plus or minus. You can always copy that in Word document, and the next one plus or minus there as well, and this plus or minus as well. Yeah, okay, right. That is that done. Now let's draw, or let's add another frame here, or panel right there. I'm going to add one, reduce the size, that motion. Let's change the properties of this very panel. The background, I'm going to make that black. Alright, and there we go. Okay, let's copy this very panel. I want to use that as my resistor. Just change it around. Copy this, paste, one here, one here. Okay, that's my resistor there. And let me grab this, copy that, paste in here. I'm going to need 4 of these, so right click and just delete whatever content we have in here. Delete, and this is going to be known as, let's see, okay, this one we're going to call this very one line 1. Okay, let's give it a name, line 1. So that will be JLBL line 1. So we need 4 of those. Okay, and we also need to set the opacity, make sure it's checked there. Okay, because we're going to use some codes to change that. Now let's copy that. We need 3 more. It's 2, 3, and 4. This is the 4th one. The 4th one is going to be my tolerance, and this is my multiplier. Why this one is the first color, second color, and first color. Okay, so that is all set. Now we can then add 1 or 2 lines of codes in them. So select it all and just there, and all of them, make sure the opacity is checked. There we go, it's all checked, so that is fine. Now that they are all there, so the next thing we want to do now, we might as well just finish up the design of this area. If it's coming here, paste that in there, and here we're going to, this is going to be our indicator. Okay, so we can change the background of that to black as well. Back is black. Right, that's my indicator there. And change the opacity property there, so that'll make it black. Right, now the next thing I would like to do, get rid of the content in there anyway. The next thing I would like to do is, let me copy this again, paste it right here, and this is just going to be my text content. Copy, paste. Okay, this is going to be enter first number, no, first color, enter first color. Okay, the color is with British spelling, so you can always take out the U if you want. That's my very first one, so I'm going to copy these 2, copy, paste. That's for the second one and the third one. Change this as well. Enter second color. enter third color. Right, and this is going to be known as LBL, JLBL third. So that, or instead of calling it third, I'm going to call it multiplier. Right, and this is going to be JLBL first color, second color, and this is called JLBL first color. Right, so all of that is taken care of. Let's get rid of the content we have in there. Delete and delete this one as well. So I'm gonna need 4 more of those. Let's just copy and paste. Right, so I'm going to speed that up and get back to you guys shortly.